Good evening. Hope you had a wonderful Thursday in the Lord. Let's ask this question this evening. Are you easily offended? Can someone say something to you and you snap off? Well, I'm going to start with 1Sam.17. Very familiar story, right? Probably one of the most famous stories in the Bible, David and Goliath. And there are a few details about this story that has always intrigued me. And just want to bring out a few details and how it's applicable to our lives in present day and how we should handle. I asked, do you get easily riled up with folks when they might misconstrue your intentions? Because David, when he was called, right, even before he challenged Goliath, remember his dad, Jesse, said, yeah, send some food out to your brothers. You know, they're out with the Israelites and Saul, and, you know, they're probably famished, and I want you to check up on them so you can send, in verse 17, take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren, right? And carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare. Just check on them to make sure everything's okay, and take their pledge. And David was one, because he had a good work ethic. He took care of the sheep. You know, he handled or killed the lion and the bear before. He knew how to handle the business. And in verse 20, it says that he rose up early in the morning and left the sheep with, a keeper, and took and went as Jesse had commanded him. He knew how to follow directions. But I asked you about the offense when people are like, oh, you think you're all that because, you take care of business. Because David's brother did this, the eldest brother, Eliab. When he saw him coming, he was like, why are you here? And why are you asking these questions about who will challenge Goliath and what will they get in return? You're just trying to be a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do too much. You need to go back to those sheep. In verse 28, it says, Eliab became angry, was kindled against David. And he said, why comest thou here? And with whom thou hast left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride, you're puffed up, and thy naughtiness of thine heart. For thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle. Just be nosy. I mean, just like, man, wrangled on David. And how many people have done that to you before? Where you're like, dang, I'm just, trying to bring you some food. I'm trying to bless you. That could be even your family, right? And David just calmly explained, and he just said, is there not a cause? I'm just like inquiring. And guess what? David still stayed focused on his assignment. He didn't let that deter him. He didn't let that offend him. And in Psalms 119, 165, it says, blessed are those who do not get offended. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. So when you can hold your peace, right? And another scripture, because today is August 29th, Proverbs 29:11 says, a fool uttereth his whole mind, right? You snap back and clap back and all that and text back. But when you can hold your response, that's wisdom. And guess what? They keep it their words until after the situation or later on, or not even share it at all unless God directs them. So that always intrigued me, how David responded to his oldest brother, Hater, and also how he rose up early to take care of the business. And David, was one who just, was someone that did the work of the Lord. And even though they were like, who? I mean, man, he's a teenager doing this. He said, Saul said this to David in verse 33, but thou art but a youth. How many people have said you're just too young to do this? You're just a teenager. You're just a kid. Or you're just a woman. Or you're just a single mother. Or you don't have a wife. Or you can't do this. But you see how the Lord used him? You're just a fill in the blank. You don't have a degree. Or, you don't live in the right neighborhood. You don't have enough money. But God, he steps in and he makes the difference. And he gives us full victory, just like David had full victory against Goliath, against all odds. So let's keep our head, our composure. Let nothing offend us because God pours his peace on us. Let us be the witness that we hold our peace and hold our tongue and let wisdom direct our way. Know that we might be the ones that have, hatred directed at us, but still stay focused on the operation, the assignment that the Lord has given you. And you will see that God will get the glory and you will be able to enjoy some benefits along the way. Have a wonderful evening in the Lord, serving him and enjoying all his blessings. Good night.